Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar. Let's get into it! Let's begin with a look at the packaging. And here on the top, warning, don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar. And there's some nice artwork that we've come to expect from Harvinger Studios with this line. And on the front, we've got the full artwork there. And I'm sorry, it's kind of glaring. Try to get it there. You can kind of see it now, I guess. But very, very cool. It says Savage Crucible. And then Harvinger Studios on the bottom. Warning! Attention, Octoon, don't stick things in any language pie hole that don't belong there. Don't give it to babies. There's a barcode, made in China print, savagecrucible.com, which you should visit if you haven't. Nin Vilimar on this side, and a little, like, wax seal on it there. And then again, that artwork, another close-up of it. And then on this side, Savage Crucible. And again, a nice close-up of the artwork. Look at those eyes. They're looking at you. And then on the back, it says, "Now I'll tell you the secret of the world, child. This one anyway. It's an engine. No one knows who built it. But it moves things. It moves people from where and when they belong to here. Even the oldest people, the longest stretching generations, they were brought here once to melt, to be forged, or else to perish. It's a savage world of a million stories. We call it the Crucible. Savage Crucible. Harvinger Studios." And then a nice planet, and there's the artwork in the back there. And it's really, really nice looking. And that, my friends, no! Wait! There's more. This flap opens up. Then we've got a lot of text right here. And I'm not going to read all that to you. If you want to read that stuff, please feel free to pause it right here and read to your heart's content. And then you can pause it right here to read some more of it. And then finally pause it right here to read the last of it. And then on this side, we've got a nice big old window showcasing mostly everything that comes in the package, the figure and his accessories. But there's a little bit of hidden stuff in here too. Behind the map, you'll find a card and a little black baggie with an extra secret accessory in it. And when we go over stuff, I will show you that. Well, there you have it, my friends. That is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And first up, here is his big, large, in charge card. And this looks like the Lumerian Royal Guard. And it is. So there's some of his stat stuff. If you want to pause it here and read that, you can. And moving right along, here's the other half, which if you want to pause it right here and read all that, you can. Now, let's take a look at his accessories. And first up, these are the original feet that got replaced. And he does come with the new replacement feet. But what they replaced is now this hinge here is gone because it was really unbalancing the figures. They wouldn't stand up good. I had that problem with my Lumerian Royal Guard, which was the first Savage Crucible figure that I picked up, and he would not stand without a stand. So there is that. So they removed these hinges from the feet and just gave them, it's the same foot that's on the figure, it just doesn't have the hinge in it. So next up we have handy dandy tweezers to help us out, taking a look at the extra set of hands. And you can see there's a little bit of imperfection right there where it came out of the mold, but it's got some nice paint apps for the fingernails and the diamond pattern there on the back of the hand. And look at all that molded detail for those scales. It's just really, really good. It's on an in and out hinge, and you can see some of his palm and fingerprints and stuff in there. So that's cool. And there's two of those, a left and a right, both the same except opposite sides, and they both have in and out hinges and the same level of detail. Look at that, there's a little imperfection right there, but that's okay. It's not a big deal. At least to me, it's not a big deal. Just want to get details pointed out so that people can make their own decisions. Next up, we have his little bottle of potion or water or I don't know what, but it does have some very nice deco on it. That gold, and then that jewel in the middle, and then just the shape of it. It's really, really cool looking. And then on the back of it, it's got this little button and the same level of sculpted detail and paintwork here. And there's the little button where it will attach to ports on the figure if you warm them up. Next up, he's got this, I guess it's a dagger. It's really big for a dagger though, but it's too small to be a sword. Maybe it's a short sword. But just look at the blade, all that detail. It's got nicks in it. It's got, you know, like metal detail in there. It's got a nice paint job. And along with the rest of it too, this gold is nice. And then this with the wash or dry brush over it. And then this gold at the end. Really, really cool. And his last accessory is his sword, which is this snake head sword, but it's like it's got armor on the snake's head. And look at all that scale detail. And I want to say there might be a wash or dry brushing on this as well. And it's got nice paint here on this side, and then it goes down into the blade. And again, you know, it's got texture to it to make it look metal, and also nicks and scratches and cuts and stuff in it, because this is a battle proven weapon. And it looks really good. Nice paint finish on the blade as well. Now let's take a look at the figure. And for the most part, this is that just regular Wave 1 lizard guy body. And the head is different and the armor pieces are different. But, you know, you can see there's nice sculpted details. And I mean, just look at all the scales. And then the scales all have, I want to say, a dry brush over them to help him stand out. And he's got this diamond pattern down his arms and legs. It's kind of hidden up by the armor pieces, which are really cool looking too. And it's got, I don't know what kind of, like maybe a patina finish on it, where like you move it and it will, it kind of changes colors a bit. And then this piece And look at all that sculpted detail on that shoulder armor. All those spikes, which can poke you, these up here too. On the back side, we've got this paint detail. And look at, I mean, there's sculpted detail down on this as well that just really helps this line stand out. And then, you know, the same finish on this armor and the shoulder pieces. It's just really, really cool and really, really spiky. And then, you know, same finish on this bottom half of the armor. And his tail is even armored, and he's got these spikes on the end of it. So that is neat. And of course, this matches up with the rest of it. It's got a little bit of dry brush on it, it looks like. And some of this other stuff may be some dry brushing on here too. This piece, it moves around. It's removable, but it's pretty cool looking. And then his shin armor. And then the paint and detail, sculpted detail and stuff on the feet. And even the bottoms of the feet. And there's I don't know if it's a wash or a dry brush, because I'm not a paint expert, but there it is on the bottom of the feet as well. And lastly, let's take a look at the head and just look at those eyes. Just very, I don't know, crafty, lizardy, evil kind of, which I don't know if this is an evil guy or not. He looks evil though. And then, you know, he's got like this, and I don't know if this is supposed to be like skin color for him, like the pattern, the diamond patterns, or if it's some kind of war paint. And then on the top of the head, there's deco up there as well. And even inside the mouth, which the mouth does open, and there's a bit of deco in there as well. So let's take a look at his articulation real quick. And it's on a dumbbell at the top of the neck. The neck is a piece of the torso, so he looks up that high, he looks down that low. He's got some chicken neck. He's got waggle. He can do the full exorcist. As I stated before, the jaw does open. It opens up that far. The tongue is not a separate movable piece though, so there is that. At the shoulder, he's got that kind of butterfly. It's like a forward butterfly. Doesn't go back any, but it goes forward that far. If you pop it out, and you can see right there how it does. You just kind of pop it back in there, and you have to be careful with that. So it goes forward that far, which is a pretty good bit, I think. The arm rotates 360 degrees. The armor piece is on a short post with a ball at the end, and there's a hole in the arm that they plug into, and it helps it get out of the way for some stuff. So with that in place, he can raise his arm up that high, which is not quite 90 degrees. The bicep piece is a separate piece, and it will move independently of the other stuff. I think there's a big peg here at the wrist. The elbow that runs up to the shoulder here, and it does get some rotation there, and you can move this piece around with it if you desire. There's a double hinged pinless elbow, and with this gauntlet piece in place, it does hinder it up a little bit. So with that piece on here, it only gets that much bend, but there's a hinge at the top of it, there's a hinge at the bottom of it, and then it just pegs into place. At the wrist, 360 degrees of rotation, and this one has an up and down hinge, and on the other side it is an up and down hinge as well. So that's pretty good. And you have to watch out when you're handling this guy. All these spikes on it, they'll poke you a little bit. So where the chest and the abdomen meet in the torso, there's a cut there that's on a dumbbell, and then there's a half dumbbell or ball joint here at the waist. And in conjunction, they give him all kinds of hula. This top portion will rotate 360 degrees. The bottom, not so much. You get about that much twist out of it. And also, he can lean left and right pretty good. He leans back that far, and he leans forward that far. So that's really good. Maybe that's for like biting off heads or something. I don't know. So he's kind of a mean looking dude. So let's see what's next. I was going to go to the hips, but let's go with the tail so I don't miss it. So it's segmented, and there's a hinge in each segment of the tail. They will all rotate. It's not the easiest thing to do, but I do recommend heating it up before you try to rotate them. So there's that. You know, it moves up and down. It'll move left and right. So it's got a lot of movement in there. At the hips, he will give you that much of the splits. The overlays here they get out of the way for the most part. There might be a little hindrance, but not by much. So he kicks forward that far, and he kicks back about half the length of one of his feet. So there's a little bit of rotation up here. I say a little bit, but look at that. It goes 360 degrees. The knee is similar to the elbow with the hinge at the top and the bottom. And it gives you that much bend. So that's nice. Then the foot will rotate 360 degrees. At the ankle, the foot tilts down that far. It tilts up that far. And then there is a pin for rocker. Now, as far as storage for stuff, he's got this little port right here that the flask, jug, whatever you want to call it, will go, or on this side as well. This piece, I'm pretty sure, is removable from the rest of it, so you could put a different piece on there if you wanted to. Now, generally, I'll try to put this in here, but generally I have to heat these pieces up in order to get the accessory on here properly, because I do not want to break one of these pegs off. That would suck. So, yeah, there we go. It's in there. So that's how that works. And then the rest of his accessories, like the weapons, there's no storage on his person for the weapons, so he just has to hold stuff. And he can, or you can just make him look intimidating without any weapons. So there you have it, my friends. I'll look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review: comparisons. And here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar with Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Lemurian Royal Guard, Harvinger Studios 2025 con exclusive Savage Crucible Shield of Dazera, and Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nashorn the Disinherited. Here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar with the Four Horsemen Studios 2025 event exclusive Mythic Legions Legendary Barbarian. the Boss Fight Studios Epic Hacks Red Sonja, and the X-Ray Studios 2025 event exclusive Combatants Fight for Glory Gold Hilder. For our last set of comparisons, here we have Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar. We're from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee from G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander from Star Wars The Black series, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final ramblings on the Harvinger Studios Savage Crucible Nin Vilimar, I have to say, you know, I liked the look of the head on this guy, but when I got him in hand and just looked at the armor, and it was amazing. Now, I will say with this one, this is the only Savage Crucible item that I have purchased that did not come with the bonus weapon. And I don't know if that was just an oversight when they were packing the box or whatever, but mine did not come with the bonus weapon with the translucent blade. So I was a little disappointed in that, but that's really the only thing that was disappointing about this. This figure comes packed with the original feet on it, and then they do give you the replacement feet when you purchase this guy, and it came in the box. I ordered it came packed in the shipping box separately from the figure with the other pair of feet that I ordered that go to the Lumerian Royal Guard. So it's nice that I didn't have to pay that extra $1 to get the replacement feet for this guy. He comes with them. And I think any of those Wave 1 figures that you purchase new from their website at this point all come with the replacement feet. So that's cool. I like that. They made a mistake and they fixed it. Unfortunately, if you bought those figures with the hinged feet on them, you do have to purchase, apparently, the replacements. That's what I had to do. They're only $1 a piece, but the shipping's what will kill you on that. So if you're ordering something else from them and you need a set of feet and the feet are in stock, that would be the time to get those feet. But this guy, you know, it's reuse of that Lumerian lizard body, which is okay. It's good. I like it. The more I mess with it, the more I like it. Now, I've had some issues with the knees or the elbows on those figures. Might be a little stuck, even with some heat. Sometimes they don't like to come loose. But with this one, there was not that issue. I heated it up once and moved them around, and they've been unlocked since. The detents do catch still, so you know, it's nothing got damaged or anything like that. I have to say, this guy must be a bad guy because he looks rather vicious. I would definitely not want to be facing down with all those teeth, because ugh, wow. And who knows, maybe he's got like bacteria in his mouth like a Gila monster, and he bites you, and then you will eventually succumb to your wounds because it's venomous and bacterious. I don't know if that's a word, but it is now. I just made it up. So I do find, you know, I wish this guy had some storage for his weapons. That would have been really cool. It would have really improved this figure, but maybe he's one of those guys that he only picks up a weapon when he absolutely has to because he's the boss man in charge. He kind of strikes me that way. And I haven't read the bio for this guy. I need to read all those bios because at this point I'm just making my own stuff up, and you know, I like that they do the bios because it's nice to have that to fall back on if you need to. But for me, I just like to make stuff up sometimes, and you know, this guy, he's a boss in that lizard group, the Lemurians, and you know, he's real badass. And nobody wants to fight with him because, you know, he's like that. But I like this guy. You know, I'm going back and getting more of the Wave 1 stuff as it's available at a good price. And so far, I have not had to get any of these guys off a secondary market. It's all been primary purchases or purchase at a con or something like that. But I did recently pick up Varnox, Nin Vilimar here, Viteris Ray packs, a couple of the accessory packs. They were all in stock at SavageCrucible.com. So, you know, this guy, I think, as of this recording, not necessarily when it's published, but when I recorded this, you know, there was some stuff left on their website, this guy being one of them. So if you're interested, swing by there and check it out, because the secondary market prices on these Savage Crucibles are no friggin' joke. Well, that does it for the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. If you are interested in supporting my channel further, I'm now offering memberships at various tiers. Click the join button on my YouTube page, or check this video's description for the link and see if any membership offers are right for you, but only if you are in a position to do so. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you would like to see more content or just help the channel grow, or both. That's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.